Hi, this is Liz Coley. Welcome back to Undercover Reading. We're reading The Captain's Kid, Chapter 9, Part 2. The shuttle lifted behind me as I turned my feet toward Mom's one-room house to wait. No lock on the door. I pushed right in. I looked around, noticed a guitar propped next to the only bed. Another item to add to the list of things I didn't know about my mom, I thought wistfully. I strummed one of my mandolute compositions until the calm had settled into my bones. The door opened after a while. I kept strumming, staying calm. "Well," Mom said, "you won." Her voice was flat, tired. "Good," I said, strumming. "That was the plan." "Your plan," she said. I faced her with a hard smile. "Our plan. To save the Sequuinos. To give them a better life. You know, I talked to Mo. He helped me put the top secret thing in perspective. I don't like it, not a bit, but I understand." Mom blinked. "It was the hardest decision of my life." "I doubt it," I said serenely. "I'll bet you didn't even hesitate." Her face crumpled. Her voice broke. "Why do you say that, Brandon?" "Because I wouldn't have hesitated either. Not to save the Sequuinos. Not to save Masuna." I let that sink in for a beat. "I've been told I'm a lot like you." "Oh," she said, "that's scary." She placed a plate on the table. "Can I get you something? Fry bread and honey, or your lunch warmed up?" "Fry bread, thank you." I put down the guitar and came to the table. Mom reached into her pantry. "You play very well," she commented. "This is from our own bees, of course." She poured a dollop of honey on the bread and handed it over. I took a bite. "Good bees. Thank you." I swallowed and fixed her with my firmest stare. "So tell me, why do you hate my plan?" "It's better for the Sequuinos. New Hope is a beautiful, resource-rich, empty planet." "That's not the point," she replied, staring back. "Then what is the point?" "Sure, it's a logistical complication. I know you've spent the last 4 years thinking only about Earth, but if you set that aside for a minute, that's not the point either," she broke in. "This is not about me." "Then I really don't understand. My team worked extremely hard on this plan. We weren't children playing a game. We all knew how seriously the Sequuinos were depending on us. Dad and Masuna believed in us." "I know that," she replied. "It's just that you don't understand what you've convinced them to do." All signs of motherliness had vanished from her face. She was all business. "Well, that was fine. At least we were talking." "Then please tell me, what is the point?" "The point is insubordination, disobeying orders, and breaking quarantine. The point is a court-martial and a dishonorable discharge. That's what Gordon will face when we get back to Earth 6 months late with no colonists. That is the point." "What?" I took a deep breath, stunned. I thought he was joking when he mentioned court-martial. He laughed when he said it. "Some joke. I spent 4 long years waiting for him, wondering how much trouble he'd be in for leaving 2 of us behind. That wasn't even a direct refusal of orders like this insanity. Essentially, stealing a ship and kidnapping his crew. Now he's as much as begging to be thrown into prison." Dad's voice came from the doorway. "Who's getting thrown into prison? Certainly not me. Facing an honest judge and a panel of my peers is a risk I'm willing to take. I know I'm doing the right thing. And that's what matters. They'll know it too by the time I'm done talking." In spite of his show of confidence, I was honestly alarmed. Did I do this? Did I ask my dad to throw away his career, his reputation, his freedom? "Gordon, how can you be so blindly optimistic?" Mom scolded. Lines radiated from the corners of her mouth. "Carolyn, stop trying to scare the boy. He was the one who had enough guts to stand up to all of us and show us why we were heading down the wrong path. He had enough guts to protect his girlfriend and Anna from knife-wielding saboteurs and assassins. I'm certainly not going to let him down and act the coward now. Mom raised horrified eyes to me. Assassins? You were there? Oh my goodness, Anna didn't mention. I shook my head grimly. You don't know the half of it. You're right, she admitted. I don't know any of it. You tell her, Dad. I'm too tired to tell it one more time. While Dad recounted the troubles and triumphs of the journey, I finished eating and picked up the guitar again. I played quietly in the background, watching my parents together at last. Finally, Mom cleared the dishes and stood behind my chair, lightly resting her hands on my shoulders. She placed her cheek on my hair for a moment. Fine, she said with sad resignation. I guess we've risked worse things. It won't be easy. Never claimed it would be, Dad said, but we got to do it anyway. From that point, the serious discussion was temporarily put away by unspoken agreement. Mom pulled out a thick deck of cards and laid them in the middle of the table. I'm so tired of solitaire, she said. How about canasta? Do you know how to play? Dad answered. I'll say, he always trounces me. Mom smiled. So do I. Your deal, Spidey. She handed me the deck. Mom, please don't call me Spidey. Why not? That's Dad's nickname, I said carefully. Got it. Your deal, honey. Better? Sort of. I shuffled the cards. They flew from my fingers into neat piles. Mom picked up and sorted hers. She peered over the edges at me. So, Brandon, you've got a girlfriend? Mom, Dad piped up. Oh yeah, Audrey, she's a real cutie. I growled, Dad! My parents winked at each other. Now that was more like it. Okay, that's the end of tonight's reading. See you tomorrow.